Hey guys, Steve from Valor Replicas with a couple of show and tells. For the last couple of months over Christmas break, I've been working on a spacesuit. And I didn't intend to make a spacesuit. It started with my love of the Rocketeer. This helmet is the original Rocketeer helmet, which has kind of a cool like 1930s Art Deco look to it. But I have another friend online named Jamie Hicks who has for years been doing these beautiful 3D render illustrations and posting them out on Instagram of what would it look like if the Rocketeer was sort of in a modern NASA aesthetic. And they're just these beautiful, like, you know, white spacemen with fins on their helmets, and he has spaceships, and these illustrations are beautiful and evocative. And a couple of months ago, I reached out to him and asked, you know, would you lend me one of your 3D files? Like, I'd love to make one of these helmets for real. And he graciously did send me that file. And so I was able to make a few modifications to get it printable and build this. This NASA Rocketeer helmet is almost entirely Jamie's design. I made a couple of little tweaks to it. And I love this thing. It's beautiful. It's on the inside, it's fully lined and wearable. It's all 3D printed. With the exception, obviously, of the visors. Those were a little trick to find a solution for. I ended up ordering a bunch of different like welding visors and athletic visors, trying to find something that had the right curvature to it, and finally landed on it. The back has sort of NASA-style air inlets, and it's wearable, and you can totally see. Yeah, it has a great look, great visibility. It has great visibility even with this sort of like wonky fin that runs right through the middle of the visor. You don't really see that. And I love this thing. And I said I didn't intend to do a spacesuit. I didn't intend to go farther than this. But then I started to wonder, you know, like, so if this is the helmet of a sort of a NASA Rocketeer, what would the rocket look like? And so I started to sort of sketch a few things out. And then I came upon an inspiration drawing, which was from a man named Ron Cobb, who was one of the original conceptual artists for the film. And he had done, it wasn't used for the movie, but he had done this sketch, which I just sort of fell in love with. It had the right sort of boxy, sort of NASA feel to it. So I took that sketch as a starting point, and I'm doing a terrible job of hiding it. I created this. I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer here. This Rocketpack was completely 3D modeled by me based on Ron's sketch, and I'm super happy with how this turned out. It has that same sort of like a little bit modern, a little bit retro design that the helmet does. Yeah, so like most NASA hardware that goes out into space, like, you know, rovers and things like that, will actually run on a plutonium pellet. So I created a little fuel door where you've got a sort of a little plutonium doorway to put your plutonium pellet in. The back of it has a leather strap system, so it is, of course, completely wearable, and I'll show you that later. And on the inside, I'm gonna see if I can show you this on the bottom. It also has one of my Rocketeer sound and light kits. So with the press of a button on one of the gloves, yeah, you've got a pretty realistic sound and light show. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's not often that I sort of do a shiny white thing, and I love how these two things share a common design language. And I mentioned that I didn't intend to go past this helmet. And once I did the helmet, and once I did the Rocketpack, it wasn't long before I started to wonder what a spacesuit would look like. So you'll be seeing that in a follow-up video. I hope you enjoyed the show and tell, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.